Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today we will look at our favorite cryptocurrencies, news related to that, some Twitter updates, and some of the news which I would like to share and discuss with you guys, like some related to XRP, its value proposition, and the rest are related to Bitcoin and other altcoins. Now, looking at the news throughout the weekend, we can see there are a lot of positive news and negative news as well. So we'll try to discuss through all that and try to avoid FUD. And then we will actually analyze the price fluctuation of different cryptocurrencies using different technical indicators. We'll look at the long-term charts as well as the short-term charts. So first, we'll look at some of the news. See, this one is actually showcasing that buyers are not actually interested in XRP until it visits 0.16. Now, for me, I don't have that perspective. For me, I have an entire different perspective while looking at XRP, because I'm still a buyer when the price is at these levels. I have seen XRP about $3, somewhere around $3.5, $3.6. Yeah, it's before 2-3 years ago, around say end of 2017 December or early 2018, first 2-3 days. So as a guy who came in as a newbie during that bull run and looking at the price now below 0.3, 0.25, even below that, somewhere around 0.22 now, as we can see in Coin Paprika, now the price is around 0.22. I personally believe that this is better buying opportunity, right? If you are a guy who's thinking about long-term investing, you can accumulate the asset at that particular range. Now, XRP facing 31% plunge in short term. When the price is down, the analysis comes out like, negatively, trying to push the price a bit more down, or at least the newbies will actually come in and think, the price is going to go down, so I'm going to put it in sell. And they will be crashed, right? Anyway, now this is a video from the digital asset, the working money channel. Sorry, that's my mistake. Now in that, it's showing that the fair coin value of XRP can reach around 72 to 87 per XRP if Ripple is at 1% of utility of the entire transactions. Payments is a big area, and if we can at least achieve, say, 10% in the next 10 years, the value of XRP will be like, say, 100 or 1,000, we don't know, but considering where we are right now in the price, it'll be so much high. Now, XRP crucially avoided a huge price drop this weekend. Now, this is based on this analysis that 0.3 was a quite important support area, but the price didn't manage to stay there. It came below that. As we can see in XRP's chart, we can see that in a weekly, now it's actually reaching the bottom of its Bollinger Bands. And most of the time, when the price reaches the bottom of a Bollinger Band, we can see either a consolidation or a push up to the top range. So that's actually possible. Now, the next one that guy is stating is that 0.19 will be as well, means it can also act as a support. But personally, I think 0.2 is well a support, 0.2 to 0.21. So if you're someone who's looking to buy, then I think, in long term, it's a perfect buying opportunity. If you're looking at shorter time intervals, then go into your indicators, your charts which you're using, like say if you're using 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart, you can look at that and then think whether you should buy, looking, say, considering MACD, RSI, stochastic RSI. Depends on whichever indicators you are comfortable with. But for me, I personally think this area was previously a support and now the price is in that area. So I'm a buyer here. I'm accumulating XRP at this price point. XRP volume reaches all-time high as market recovers. Now, these are some of the reasons why I'm accumulating XRP as a digital asset. Because I believe in the long-term value and the project. So you can see this as the volume is increasing. Now the volume is around 4 million. Previously, the best was 1.7 million in January last year. So you can understand that's more than double than the previous high. So now when we compare that, it's showing, say there's a news from Crypto News Flash, it shows that transaction volumes rises above 4 million do banks uses XRP. Now that's his question, whether banks are using that, because as we just saw in early last year, January, the high was around 1.7 and right now it's 4 million. So whether there is banks in it or it's just MoneyGram, Mercury FX and other financial payments provider, or is there some banks working on that? Because when the volume is coming in like this, there should be something. Like now this is a comparison between Bitcoin transaction, Ethereum transaction and XRP transactions. Now you can see the difference. The real utility for XRP is increasing. It's so high, right? XRP transactions are soaring compared to Ethereum and BTC. Now Binance has a Ripple XRP base currency trading pairs. Now that's good news, right? If XRP is coming as a base pair in an exchange like Binance, some say call it Binance. So okay, it's however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, I think you got the information. Now let's look at the next one. XRP continues to be a rock star going into 2020. The reason for that is, the adoption, scale, and the unusual, which is unusual for the cryptocurrencies, and sooner or later XRP price will reflect this. That means, which we usually used to say, the fundamentals of digital asset XRP is so strong and it is getting stronger by day. So the price of the same will reflect sooner or later. There will be a lot of guys who are accumulating at this particular price point, which you can see. There's a longer time frame chart in which you can see multiple touches, which is acting as resistance, which turned into a buying area or the support. Then the same happened. You can see more or less a similar trend forming here, right? We discussed yesterday's video in depth, like converting the chart into 12-hour chart, 1-day chart, 4-hour chart, what the pattern is acting like, is there any similarity from the previous one. So this one is showing that for the week, Bitcoin, Leo, XRP, Tezos, Bitcoin, SB can move up high. Now we'll look at, say, Bitcoin USD, showing that it reached the support line. We discussed that too in yesterday's video, using in the technical analysis, plotting the support and resistance line. And we saw that the price is at the bottom, so there is a chance that the price can pump a bit. Now this is showing that XRP is actually testing this price area, and this is like a triple bottom. We are in that area, have been in that area from last 3 times. So that's a better value proposition if you are looking to buy into that asset. Now this is showing that XRP poised to gain as parallel channel takes shape. Now this is showing, say, 12-hour chart in which we have, say, this was a rising channel. Now this is a channel which is going down. Now if we look at the chart, we can see that there is a chance that the RSI is showing that it has double bottomed, so the price can actually move up high. But still, this guy actually concludes that despite the pattern resisting a bullish phase, it can still show bearish price action. Now this one is a Twitter post from the Cryptomist, is showing, they're reaching last month's wedge apex. Support is at 6.4k. Now if she is correct, then the price should actually reach around 6.4. But I think somewhere around 7,000 is actually a big buying opportunity for BTC. Anyway, looking into XRP has overtaken Ethereum again. We just showed this previously. This came as a Twitter post. Now this is Bitcoin or altcoins, right? But the entire, if you want to read that, yes, I'll put these articles in the comment box below. But the conclusion for this is just, the guy is actually stating, to conclude this opinion piece, both Bitcoin and altcoins have purpose in cryptocurrency space. Like, say, if you're looking at payment space, XRP is leading that area, right? If you're looking smart contracts, Ether is leading that area. If you're looking at a store of value, BTC is already established in that arena, right? So it's different approach based on different cryptocurrencies. All are not actually concentrating on one use case, so it's a different story. Now we'll actually go through the rest of the news. Say Bitcoin hash rate rise 30%. Is it really bullish for BTC? Now whenever the hash rate is pumping, usually that reflects in the price. So if that is to happen, then the price will be coming above 8,000 soon. But if you're someone who's willing to go in, then he's also sharing the same perspective as to crypto West, that 6,400 can be a buying area, potential buying area. Now, yesterday we also discussed some related to, we also discussed that the block, the post from the block, because at first we thought, oh, that's happening, but afterwards we also edited that and showcased in the comment and the description that CZ Binance came out stating that it's a FUD. So they are actually fighting against a FUD right now. So this can be maybe from the exchange trying to push them down or something. And this one is showing that hedge funds were net short on CME Bitcoin futures going into this downturn. So the smart money were actually pushing the price down when the retailers were actually buying that. Now, two reasons why crypto won't see exchange consolidation. I mean, Kraken, Coinbase, all of those guys are doing healthy volume, and some of them manage to have somewhat captive user base. So, the exchanges are increasing. As you can see nowadays, the exchanges is kind of financial institutions. Guys can send BTC to another guy or any other cryptocurrencies to one another, right? We don't need the banks and shit to happen, because anyway, those are a regulated financial institution, because the KYC and other anti-money laundering and everything is done. So it's cool to send through that. Now, this is a Twitter post which became viral in a short time. Say, be humble. Viral tweet calls Bitcoin money. So this is an actual post in which he shows Bitcoin's primary function is not a store of value. That's a result of its primary function. Bitcoin is give money, right? For example, you want to seize my accounts, okay. You want to me to buy that? No. So it's like a cool stance against the existing status quo, right? So as you saw that when there was an innovation trying to come out from Facebook, the government just stopped it right there, right? All the regulators came in, they called in the CEO, they called in, if they were a CEO or management authorities for BTC, the same would have happened. But when there is an open technology without a centralized party, it's really hard to do that. Now this is showing Binance denies police raid, Bitcoin wipeout. It's similar. BitThumb and Binance, all of them are denying there is no such raids in China. And there is also similar opinion from the analyst showing that the price of BTC can actually reach 6,500. So for the time being, we'll actually go through the charts. Say first we'll go through BTC to USD, and then we'll actually look at Bitcoin and altcoins, say BTC to XRP, BTC to Ether and all. Now this is showing the baseline support of this area, and we can see that we are right now at that price point. So if we actually manage to break above this, then the price can actually come back around 8,500. But if we are to break down, then that's a bad sign, and the price can actually go till 6,000 to 6,400 range, because this area will be acting as a support resistance, because previously from this time frame it was a support and resistance area. So hopefully the buyers will be coming in at that particular price point. Now we'll just look at XRP to the BTC and discuss what the price is actually doing, because if we look at a daily chart, because we'll just see about what the long-term trend is showing. If we look at that, we can see that the price actually came below. It's like bottoming out. There is a U bottom or a rounded bottom, as you can see. Now the price actually went towards the upper end of the Bollinger Band, and the price is still above the 20-day moving average. So it's making a higher lows. So XRP BTC, we can see that if the price of BTC is consolidating or going down, then the altcoin market cap can actually go a bit up. When BTC is getting crashed, that's the time mostly the altcoins get pumped. Now we'll actually look at Ether to USD, and then we'll look at Ether to Bitcoin. So we talked about Ether previously, and it was having a good stance in the price. So right now it just went below that support area. So this area was acting as a support previously, but now right now the price went below that, which is actually negative for that. But at the same time, we also talked about the previous resistance area, that is the same area where the price is right now, the previous resistance support area. So currently the price is in that zone. So if the price don't manage to get back above that, then it's really negative for Ether, at least in technical perspective, even though the fundamentals are strong for the currency. Now, that's a long wick, right? It's a long wick. Okay. Anyway, maybe that may be okay. As you can see in the chart, we are still following a negative channel. We can see that the price is still running in a negative channel. Now it's at the top of the negative channel. So if it managed to go above that, then it's actually good. If you're trading Ether to BTC and if you're looking to buy in, then I'll say you can buy either the breakout or the retest of that, because both can actually give you a good take profit. See, right now you are here, so you can actually target, say, at least around 30% if you are a buyer here. But yes, when you are doing that, do keep your stop losses. Say if you're buying the retest and the bounce there, you should, if you're a short-term trader, then you should put your stop loss within this trading range. Or if you're a long-term investor, yeah, okay, you can put it below this. But this is not a financial advice. This is just my perspective towards trading this particular asset. Now we'll actually look at XLM to USD, and then we'll also check at Litecoin to USD. Now this is a long-term chart showing in a log scale daily chart. Now the price is actually reflecting more or similar to that of XRP. We can see the same trend pattern here, but just that it is making a high low here. So we can see that the price is at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and it is having a negative effect in the MACD. But when we look at the weekly chart, what we can see here is that previously the price didn't actually reflect much, but the MACD crossed to the upside, which was a positive thing, but the price didn't reflect that. Instead, the price is actually retesting that area again. So if the price manages to consolidate in that area, then I will say that that will be a good news for that asset class. As we look in general, we can see that in 24 hours, most of them lost their value. See, Bitcoin is in -4, Ether -5, and generally more or less similar. We can see that we actually saw a rise in XLM or Stellar when they burned their coins, right? But now if we look at a weekly, you can see that it's similar to that of Ethereum. It's similar to that of other coins, like -20%. That's actually bad for that market. Even after they did burn the coins, still the price is not getting reflected. So currently when you are in a bear market, or at least at the end of a bear market, the good news are not pushing the price up. But if the price is actually making higher lows and it moves like it's showing a positive momentum in a rally, then even a small positive news can actually reflect in the price. So today we are going to end our video here. If you guys like the content I provide, do support the channel by subscribing and liking the contents I provide. I'll meet you guys tomorrow on my next video.